And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're taking a look at Hirelings, the Ascent. The theme of this game is that all your characters are working for heroes. They go fight a dragon. The dragon kills all the heroes. So you go, we should get out of here. You grab your stuff, your loot, your treasure, and you run. Will you make it out alive? That's the point of this game. I call it Nodwick, the board game, but that's not what it is. But anyhow, let me show you how it works. The board for Hirelings the Ascent is a long board, and each player is going to take their hireling. And the book has like a story a little bit about each hireling, or at least talks about them. I thought they might have special abilities, but they really don't. They're just a hireling. And so you put them all here in start. In start you can see, and one of the things I need to focus here, because I'm going to be focusing very negatively on this soon, but positively, is I really do enjoy the artwork of this game. It looks really good. I like how, there's the Ogre's Magic Cave, there's a little bit of humor. I think it's hilarious how the heroes are dead and you're running, well, okay, I don't know if it's that hilarious, but anyhow, the artwork is fantastic, and, well, that's about that. A fireball is placed over here at the bottom of the board. Everyone takes a turn, and it will move. On the fourth turn, it will show up on the board. Each player will have 8 cards they're taken from this treasure deck and placed in front of them. At the beginning of your turn, you may turn the top card up. If it says +2 to move, you'll add that to your die roll. Here's +4 to move, a ring of teleportation, a great shield, +3. They're either going to say plus to move or plus to evade monster. And you're really not sure what they are, and you don't have to play one because you only have 8 of them. So you play a card or not. Whether you play a card or not, you will roll a die and move that many spaces. If you land on another player, you'll take one of the cards they have in front of them and put it in front of you. Ha ha ha. If you land or pass a monster on the board, let's say, for example, I try to pass as weak Goblin Guard. You will roll an 8-sided die, and you need to roll equal to or higher than that number to pass. If you don't, you stop, and your turn's over. If you land on a monster, and you successfully kill it, then you get to roll again, and continue on. There will be spots in here where you can split which way you go. That way shorter, obviously, but the monster there is harder than the 2 monsters going the other way. After turn 4, the fireball is going to roll a die and be following you, and it will always follow the fireball pathway. So you can see here it goes down the shorter pathway, and it will keep going. Now, as you're traveling on this track, you will land in different spots, like here in Orc Jail, and you have to roll an 8, and you keep going through the not-so-secret door. Otherwise, you basically lose a turn and you keep going. So anyhow, you just keep following this path, and then you go, and sometimes there will be a longer pathway that you can take. You can land on treasure and get another card. You can see here, if you go out the one way, you have to go through the hydras. And each time you land here, basically you have to evade these people. And if you have a +2 evade card, you can use that. Eventually, though, someone is going to get to finish, and that person is the winner of the game. So it is a roll and move game in which you are rolling and trying to be as quick as you can to get to the top. It does mention in the rules that younger players might hate the fireball killing them, because the chance of that happening is fairly large. So you can play without that rule. You can also, for some reason, if a kid loses, give them the game according to the rules. All right, Hirelings the Ascent. I'm going to let Melody go first. What'd you think of it?
The artwork was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
It was so cool how there are different types of monsters that you had to fight. But the fireball came a little too fast in the beginning. And it was also random, because if you didn't roll that good, then you'll just die immediately in the beginning of the game.
All right. So you thought it was okay, bad, good?
Not that good.
Okay, well, I'm going to be somewhat stronger. This game is Awful. 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 Also awful. No, it really is. I mean, this it looks cool artwork, but this is essentially Chutes and Ladders with monsters. You roll a dice, you get to a monster, you roll another die. Okay, that's great. I love to roll dice, but in this game, there's no method or madness. Even turning the cards over, you don't know if they're going to help you or not. Even with the cards, they may or may not help you. And so you're running as fast as you can from this fireball, which is a really dumb thing with kids. And then you don't know this because you didn't read the rules, but the rules say that if a kid loses, you can say they won anyway.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What? I mean, come on, give us some strategy here. Other than, will I turn a card over or not, and which way am I going to go? There's no choices in this game. And yeah, there's funny things in it, but after the first time you play, you've seen them already. There's not even like a variety of different funny things that happen. It's the same things that happen every game. So the tagline here is the family game for the gamer family. Well, you know what? That's not true. It might be the family game for the non-gamer family, maybe, but I can show you many games that have more strategic choices that work for kids. Because I know the defenders of this game are going to go, but it was made for kids. Kids are not as stupid as people say they are. So let's give them more choices. So, any final thoughts on the game?
No.
All right, too random. The only thing we can say good in its favor is great artwork, but that is not enough to have a good game.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!